Governor Glenn Youngkin issuing new COVID guidelines for schools, daycares, and camps. The updated policy loosening quarantine rules and clarifying masking recommendations. Capitol Bureau reporter Jackie DeFusco is live in the Digital Center with what's changing and how parents are reacting. Jackie.
Hey, Eric. Well, one lawmaker tells me that the old system was over the top, but some parents fear that the new policy will fail to keep kids safe.
4-year-old Felix just got a COVID vaccine this week, but mom Tara Fitzpatrick says he won't be fully protected until the end of September.
That's going to be in like 100 years.
New state guidelines under Governor Glenn Youngkin say if a kid like Felix is exposed to COVID, but they aren't showing any symptoms, they don't have to quarantine from school, daycare, or camp.
I think the policy is really frustrating.
The state policy falls short of CDC recommendations that say those not up to date on all of their shots should quarantine for at least 5 full days after a COVID exposure. Fitzpatrick thinks the changes are coming too soon.
We all want to get back to normal, but we can't really force being back to normal. I think the message would be that this isn't a very family-friendly perspective to take. It is for sure going to lead to increased spread of the virus.
State Senator Siobhan Donovan pushed for the change.
We cannot wait for CDC to make good decisions on every issue. We have had problems with their timeliness in the past.
She says she was hearing from frustrated parents about excessive classroom closures causing work disruptions, especially at preschools. She says policies were inconsistent.
The lack of structure around that age group provided a situation for an enormous amount of stress, chaos, and variability.
Donovan says some daycares were still mandating masks, even after a state law generally made them optional at K-12 schools. She says new state policy clarifies that face coverings are not routinely recommended in these settings, but they may be advised when returning from isolation or following a COVID exposure.
And to be clear here, those who show COVID symptoms or test positive are still being advised to isolate regardless of their vaccination status. The new state guidance also appears to leave some flexibility to adopt stricter quarantine recommendations locally if there's a large outbreak. Live in the Digital Center, I'm Jackie DeFusco, 8 News.